October brings with it a storm of highly anticipated games, from new entries and marquee franchises to remasters of some of last generation's best games. It's all coming in October. And it's all coming after your wallet. Now in this video, we won't be mentioning any PlayStation VR games. We'll have a different video going over all of those in the near future, so with that being said, let's get right into this with number 10. Number 10, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Dragon Ball Xenoverse is getting a sequel aptly titled Xenoverse 2. This game will be a follow-up to one of the best DBZ games in a while. Dragon Ball Xenoverse had several strengths that set it above previous games, from the customizability to the unique story. That wasn't just the typical rendition of the DBZ plot, it had a lot of good. Sure, it's probably not the best game for those that aren't a fan of the series, but really you shouldn't be buying a DBZ game then. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 releases on October 25th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Number 9, Batman Return to Arkham. After a slight delay, Batman Return to Arkham will be hitting markets next month. Return to Arkham will bundle the first two Arkham games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, with your typical remaster bonuses. Better visuals, frame rates, and all of the DLC content, which is definitely nice. If you've never experienced Batman Arkham, this collection is a must-own. Those were two of the best games of last generation, and many would say that those were better games than Arkham Knight. Whether you're a fan of Batman or you just like action-adventure games, Batman Arkham is well worth it. It hits the market October 21st for PS4 and Xbox One.
Any last requests? How about a joke?
Batman must save Gotham.
All your sacrifices, and yet you are the one to blame.
The joke's on you.
I will break you, Batman!
Number 8, Rise of the Tomb Raider for PS4. After nearly a year, Rise of the Tomb Raider will finally arrive to PlayStation 4 with some improvements. On top of the game, you'll get a new Blood Ties DLC and Endurance cooperative mode, and PlayStation VR support that will work with the Blood Ties DLC. The game will also perform better on PlayStation 4 Pro, so if you're picking up the new console, you have that to look forward to as well. And of course, you get to play Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is a fantastic game. If you enjoyed the 2013 reboot, this one just improves on that game in nearly every area, from visuals, gameplay, story. It's all better. Sure, waiting a year sucked, but this is still a game you should play. Rise of the Tomb Raider comes to PS4 on October 11th.
That sense of reality can also heighten the level of emotional immersion, here bringing us closer to Lara Croft's unique combination of toughness and vulnerability. With Rise of the Tomb Raider, Crystal Dynamics has taken great care to apply the power of the hardware to all aspects of the game, whether it be Lara's hair, face, clothes through weapons, or the shaders, geometry, and special effects that give the environment solidity and realism. This is truly a showcase of how...
Number 7, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. One of the defining games of last generation was The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Unfortunately, on consoles, it performed less than spectacularly. So now, 5 years later, getting a remastered edition for next generation platforms is definitely welcome. Just like Return to Arkham, Skyrim Special Edition will feature better graphics, from lighting to shadows, all that good stuff. Hopefully a better frame rate, because it was pretty bad on the PS3 and 360. And it'll include all of the DLC, which is a sizable amount of content. It does come pricey at a full retail $60, but for all of that content, it's not too bad. Skyrim Special Edition releases on October 28th. Number 6, Gears of War 4. It's kind of amazing how we are just a month away from the release of Gears of War 4, the latest in one of Microsoft's marquee franchises, and there just doesn't seem to be a lot of hyper anticipation surrounding this game. Regardless, Gears of War 4 is coming and it's moving in a different direction, at least in some areas compared to previous games. The game centers around Marcus's son JD Phoenix and takes place 25 years after the original trilogy. This also being Coalition's first new Gears of War game, you know they'll want to leave a good first impression. From the multiplayer beta, that seems to be standard Gears fare, but nonetheless, this should be one of the best shooters of the year. It comes to Xbox One and Windows 10 on October 11th.
What the hell just happened?
I think it upgraded!
Can we downgrade it?
Frag out!
Hey! Hey, try flanking them!
These guys are smarter.
You're not smarter than us. What are you saying?
Not than us, than before.
Number 5, Titanfall 2. Titanfall was one of the most anticipated games this generation, but it left some people with a sour taste in their mouth. The core of the game was good, but the lacking content definitely hurt. And the game not being on PS4 didn't help either. It seems as though EA and Respawn are remedying those issues in the sequel. Unlike the first game, Titanfall 2 will feature a traditional single-player campaign focusing on the relationship between Titan and Pilot. And as far as the multiplayer goes, you can expect more content there too, with new Titans and game modes. Titanfall had a lot of potential, and it set the foundation for a potentially great franchise. Hopefully Titanfall 2 builds upon it and becomes the great first-person shooter that it can be. It releases on October 28th for PC, Xbox One, and this time on PS4 as well.
Pilot, your Titan's ready. Stand by for Titanfall.
Welcome back. Warning, enemy pilot attacking. Enemy pilot destroyed.
Number 4, The Last Guardian. It's been over 7 years since The Last Guardian was first announced. The game was to be a PlayStation 3 exclusive, however development stalled and it went missing for a while. Nonetheless, it was finally re-revealed. It's a PS4 game now and it's coming next month. Last Guardian is being developed by Team Ico, the guys that were behind two of the best PS2 games of all time in Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. It's hard to know what to expect with this game. Games that have been in development for this long are so unpredictable, but you'll still probably get a very emotional and artistic game out of The Last Guardian. It released on October 25th exclusively to the PS4. Number 3, Civilization 6. One of the PC's most popular franchises is back with Civilization 6. At this point, I think everyone that's a PC gamer has played Civilization. To this day, Civ 5 is still one of the most played games on Steam, and I expect no difference with Civ 6. This game will retain the fundamentals of what made Civ 5 so great, but it is being refined in many areas. One of the main focuses of the game was to make the game more open and avoid the player having to follow a set path of improvements. If you're a fan of the series, Civ 6 is probably already on your wish list, and it'll officially be out on October 21st for PC.
Well done. But this enemy cannot be left to lick its wounds and fight again. Our onslaught must be absolute.
Number 2, Mafia 3. Mafia 3 has become one of the most anticipated games of the year, kind of out of nowhere. Sure, Mafia 2 was a great game, but I think I'm accurate when I say that that game wasn't some sort of barn burner, at least commercially anyway. But with Mafia 3, it seems like 2K has tapped into something, whether it be because of the new open world or the gritty style of the game. Whatever it is, Mafia 3 has a lot of eyes on it. And interestingly enough, the game is being developed by a new studio in Hangar 13, so you know they've had a lot of pressure on them to deliver something of quality. Mafia 3 releases on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on October 7th.
If you can just stay right here in the casino, I'll have updates for you shortly. Thank you. The crew will provide instructions on how to make an orderly...
Finally, number 1, Battlefield 1. One of the most popular franchises in the gaming world is back again, Battlefield with Battlefield 1. For those that somehow don't know, Battlefield 1 will be a change of pace from recent BF games with it taking place in World War I, and the weaponry and vehicles will be resemblant of that time period. While Battlefield was always great, it was also getting a bit stale, so it's nice to see EA and DICE shake up the franchise at least a little bit. Don't get it twisted, however, this is still Battlefield, and playing the beta you could tell that immediately, but the new setting gives the game the makeover it needed. Battlefield 1 releases on October 21st for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
That's a tank!
So that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 games coming in October 2016. What do you think? Which games are you picking up next month? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.